After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 269. It is Monday, July 31st, 2017, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome everybody to the PHN Fun in the Woman Cave. I want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad that you joined us, and we hope that you find something that will bring you back. And if you are returning viewers, we're glad to have you back with us. That makes us very happy. If you are in the shadows, you've been with us for a while in the shadows, or if you are just starting to watch us better in the shadows, please feel free to join the Ravelry group and or to subscribe on YouTube. You can find the little red button on your left down there, and we'd love to see you there. Okay, so you can take part in the alongs officially and be able to be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that. Before we go into, well, I guess I'll say, since I've already done the spiel, we do have a couple of new members who joined officially. We have Knitter Mommy 27, who is Brittany. Welcome, hi. Brittany. And we have Lucky to be a Lady, who is Donna. Welcome, Donna. And Donna means lady, so that's kind of neat. Cool. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Okay. All right, so what are you drinking?
You first, because everyone knows what you're drinking.
Then why do I have to go first?
Because.
That's not an answer. Okay, I've got my tortoise versus hare mug. You don't need to see the hair because tortoises rule. Okay, tortoise versus hare mug. I have a chai tea.
And she's drinking like she should drink. Right-handed.
Only because I wanted to show you the tortoise.
Yeah, she'll turn it around and she'll be drinking hair the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. Got a Wolverine curl. Okay, anyway. I am drinking in my tortoise versus hare mug. Hang on, let me turn it around the wrong way. Because I do drink right-handed. There we go. There's the hair.
Bunny.
Now, as a note of generalized hilarity, Mom drinks with the hair facing you guys normally, and I drink with the tortoise facing you guys normally because she drinks left-handed and I drink right-handed.
Yep.
But
and I'm not left-handed. I just do it.
Mm-hmm. It feels weird to drink left-handed to me. Not to mention the way we're set up. It's easier for me to drink with my right hand.
I do a lot of things left-handed.
You do. You're weird.
I'm not in fact.
Yes, you are.
Do you see that? She calls left-handers weird.
No, just you, because
and
you're not...
Her sister's left-handed.
I'm only calling you weird because you do everything else right-handed, just a few select things left-handed.
Actually, all I really do right-handed is right.
I wonder. I still think you might actually be a lefty and were just taught to write right-handed.
I don't think so. I think I was ambidextrous.
Well, the thing is, there are cases where people were sort of forced into right-handedness.
But I would remember if somebody forced me to write. If it was really truly my dominant hand, mm-hmm. I would remember because it was not.
But they used to talk about that all the time.
Yeah. But I would have remembered because it wouldn't have been my natural thing to do.
Mm-hmm. But because I can't, I've tried doing things left-handed, and my brain just does not connect to my left hand in the same way. Anyway, tea, my tea, Plum Deluxe tea, Mango Estate Herbal tea. I'm trying to save my caffeinated tea for tonight because I'm trying to stay up at night so I can get back on schedule.
Mango.
It's got honeybush tea, mango pieces. What is your major malfunction?
I was thinking about the lime and the coconut, but I was thinking there's a lime in the mango.
But there's no lime in this. Ginger, lemon peel, calendula, mango essence, love, gratitude, no caffeine.
Me that there was a lime in the coconut.
And you stir it all up.
I don't know why there's lime in the coconut, but there is. But this is not coconut or lime.
Nope, it's mango. That one's a good one. I tend to like the teas with ginger in it. Even though the ginger's a little bit hard to taste.
Oh, that's really good.
Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what I'm tasting.
I
Must be the mango. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's the mango.
Yeah, I think you are tasting the mango. What does calendula taste like?
I have no idea. I don't even know what calendula is.
It's a spice, isn't it? Because it's in here.
I'd have to check it
I
out.
don't know what it is, so I don't know if I'm tasting it.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure we're tasting the mango.
Yeah, I think so. Because sometimes when we get the iced tea, mango iced tea, that's kind of what it tastes
Well,
like.
they also suggest serving this as an iced tea, if I remember correctly.
That would work.
But it's a good tea.
Very good. Not too strong, not too weak.
Yes.
It's medium.
Medium?
Medium.
Medium?
Okay, so that's our tea. All right, we welcomed everybody, so we're glad you're
I'm
all
awake.
here. Yes, she's awake.
Of course, I started out the last podcast awake, too.
All right, the Tortoise versus Hare kits pre-orders are finished. We want to thank everybody who ordered. Thank you very much for helping us with that. So they are closed. Yeah, that's exciting. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do want to mention the Victorian Studio Shop. She now has an Etsy shop as well. Okay, so she has not only the storeenvy.com shop, but also one on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
So those of you who feel more comfortable shopping on Etsy,
Because they're used to it or
whatever reason, she is open there too. So that's awesome. And she's got stitch markers in there. I haven't gone back there since yesterday or the day before when she told me about it. So I'm not sure what's in there right now, but she had a whole bunch of cute stitch markers in there earlier.
Mom, apparently my Wolverine curl is here to stay. No matter what I do, it's just like right there.
I can cut it for you.
Yeah.
I
think I
shave it.
get a haircut next week.
I think we'll shave it.
Is that how you take care of Wolverine's hair?
Mm-hmm.
You just shave it all off?
Yeah, because it's not adamantium, so it can be cut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Although I think they said vibranium's stronger than that, so if you really wanted to...
Yeah. Okay, coupon. We have a coupon code from the Yarn Eye Cappy, who is, well, it's actually...
Although, I don't think you can cut Superman's hair. I think
Are you finished?
I was just thinking.
Stop thinking. It's dangerous to your health.
But seriously, I don't think you can cut Superman's hair.
Probably not.
Okay, go on.
I don't know why he's not hair shoot, but anyway.
Maybe he has, like, Kryptonian
He might have
razors.
kryptonite. Yeah.
That would be nuts.
All right. We have a coupon from the Yarn Eye, who is Cappy from the Yarn Eye Cappy podcast. And the coupon code is in the group. And Taya will hopefully remember to put it up again in the thread. It will entitle us to a 15% discount on
Enable
purchases.
and entitle.
Yes, on discounts on purchases over $25. And her Etsy shop is the Yarn and I. And she's still got 8 skeins of that really nice DK yarn. It's called Miss Scarlet.
She had a really pretty sock weight one that I saw there when I was looking in the shop. It was, I think it was a pink and green.
Oh, really? She's been making a lot of different yarns. I haven't been there recently because honestly I can't buy any yarn right now.
Yeah, I
But,
shouldn't be buying anything right now.
But I do.
And I have an overabundance of red in my stash.
See, I don't have much, but I have a fair
Well, because
amount.
red is a favored color of mine. I tend to have a lot of
But
it.
having said that, we have the Cardiac Read Along going on, and the Never Cast Off podcast is having a Christmas in July, but I think it's going for August as well. I'm not sure. Check that out. But so you want to pick up some red yarn from her, that would be great. She did it specifically for the Cardiac
Yes,
Read
she
Along,
did.
so we'd like to support that if we can. No pressure, just putting it out there for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And
She's totally pressuring you. I hope you feel the pressure.
Pressure,
because
pressure,
she's
pressure.
pressuring.
Yes.
Like a pressure cooker.
Okay, now the Yarn Night Cappy podcast, speaking of Cappy, has still having her cal to, sort of like depression awareness, support that and foster that. And it
Not
was
foster depression, but foster awareness. of
you
depression.
oboe head. Started January 1st and is going until December 31st. Anything you make for you that makes you, feel happy or whatever, that counts, okay? And she does
She
say...
misses me zoning out right now.
She says you can double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip, doesn't matter as long as it fits in all the different groups. Leave my hair alone.
It's pretty.
Thank you. Okay, the Harry Potter Cal Victorian Studio, that's Maureen. And this is also a year-long Cal, started January 1st and will go through the end of the year. And it's just like it says, Harry Potter related. And
If you can justify the Potterness,
yes.
then it can be entered.
Yes. and she has some really, really nice prizes. A lot of them are original because she's quite an artist and she does a lot of them herself. All those podcasts I mentioned are well worth watching. Now, the Whip It Good Cal is in the Undead Yarn and a Crocheting Hoovian and the Bookish Stitcher podcast. Again, very good podcasts.
Our friends keep busy.
They do. They keep busy. They keep us busy, which is awesome. This gives you more and more chances to win prizes. This is for whips and plops and all those forgotten projects, okay? And this is going to the end of the year. There aren't a whole lot of rules for this. It's just kind of finish what you want. Check out their groups to see what the rules are in each group. There are prizes in each group. I'm not sure of how they differ or how they are the same, so you just have to check it out.
Are they doing the stitch marker thing where you mark it with a stitch marker your progress?
Laura does. I don't know if the others do. Okay, now there's the last one I think that I want to mention is the Stash Reduction Cal, and that's the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Sheila, Blue Yarn Always, and Debbie, who is Deb's Destiny. And it's in conjunction with the Fiber Pusher podcast. And this one is the one that kind of runs like a Weight Watchers thing where
it's really quite a novel idea.
Yeah, I like it. Your weight goes up and it goes down as you win yarn or buy yarn or use yarn or give it away or whatever. So it goes up and down. And you have to go into those groups to really see how that works because they have a whole system. And 1 month it's hosted by the Never Cast Off podcast, and then the next month it's hosted by Fiber Pusher podcast. So you have to kind of be a member of both groups and keep aware of
what each one is doing.
Which group is hosting it at that particular time. So it's really good to be a member of both groups. And both groups are, both podcasts are informative and very fun to watch. All right, now the Tortoise versus Hare is going on currently, and that's being hosted by Laura Concert, who is a crocheting Hoovian.
It's her baby.
Yes, it's her baby, and we are co-hosting it along with B-Wing from Comforting Crafts, okay?
And Comforting Crafts, don't look for that as a podcast. It is not a podcast.
It is not a podcast, and it's running from July 1st through September 30th. So you have another couple of months to go for this. And the rules are in each of the group. Basically, I believe it's 1 whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's done. I know in our group, if it's a finished object of Taya's designs, in my yarn, you get an extra shot at a prize. If you use my yarn and one of Taya's patterns together, then you have extra a shot at the prize. It's 3 shots at a prize, okay?
In our group. In Laura's group, it's 4 shots.
Mm-hmm. And she also includes Heidi's yarn in that, okay?
So, like, for example, this one is an Oops the Bunny, my pattern, and I'm making it out of Heidi's yarn. So this in Laura's group would be worth 4 shots.
Right. In our group, it would only be worth 1, but 2. But if she was using my yarn, and that would be worth 3.
In our
group. And I'm not sure what Brittany's doing. I think Brittany's doing the same thing we are. Okay. So that's, this is a lot of fun. There's a lot of smack talk going on, and I haven't been able to keep up with the threads. I got all caught up, and then I looked at it, and I was behind again, so that's really exciting.
I've been dealing with some sleep deprivation, so that's been keeping me not as active as I would like to be, but I'm hoping that'll be fixing itself pretty soon.
And I want to thank everybody who commented on Sue, and I forget who else was, a couple other people who have commented on my hands. They are getting better on and off. As soon as my physical therapy for my hip goes away, I probably will go back in to see what's going on. So I will probably be doing fewer projects, or I will be doing more projects that will allow me to not do the same motion and doing less on them. So I may not be having a lot of FOs going on, but I'm going to try and change it up a little so that I can keep crafting.
But you don't see a lot of FOs in this podcast anyway, because I have full days where I don't craft at all because of work.
We just can't do that anymore. We used to be able to do it where we'd end up with a lot of FOs, every other podcast or whatever. We just can't do that anymore because we have too many things going on. But we will continue to craft, so as we can. All right. We do have prizes for the Tortoise versus the Hare. It is. We do have prizes for the Tortoise versus Hare. We have the gift tags from Brittany that we showed earlier on of Comforting Crafts, and we have a 328 skein of sport weight yarn created for the Tortoise versus Hare, and the colorway is the Magic Lagoon. Okay, so that one's going to be going as for a prize in case you couldn't get one with the kits. Okay, now, all right. Did you have anything to say before we do the cardiac read along? General stuff.
Oh, yeah, cardiac stuff. Or
well,
no.
that'll be after the general stuff, though.
No, I don't think I have anything. Other than the fact that we are still accepting baby hats.
Yeah, we
I
just
just made a
delivery.
delivery. Yeah, we just made a delivery to the pregnancy center of baby hats and toys.
Mm-hmm. They were very appreciative.
They were very appreciative, yes. So, thank you very much for your donations. I'm pretty sure there were a couple besides ours in there.
Yeah, I think there were. I don't remember who sent because we had them for a while.
Yeah, because I usually try to wait till they build up to a nice amount.
One time we went and her bag was stuffed to overflowing almost.
Yeah, and that was without toys. It was all
that was
hats.
all hats. Yeah, so that was awesome. And now that with the winter coming, we know that hats and blankets and baby booties and things are going to be very, very much appreciated.
Yes. So, thank you for all donations.
Mm-hmm.
They have been given to their proper place.
Yes. Okay, for the cardiac read along, we have two co-hosts, very sweet and lovely co-hosts. We have Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, and Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie from the Never Cast Off podcast, and Bookish Stitcher, who is Jeanette from the Bookish Stitcher podcast. They are our co-hosts. They have wonderful podcasts, as we mentioned them before, and we're just really happy that they are with us for that. Now, in our group, the rules are similar as we always do them. I'm not sure exactly what they are in the other two groups. You have to go there to see, but you do have to be members of their groups to participate in their group. Not to be in our group, but to participate in their groups. Okay, for our group, it's 1 WIP per project per week, 1 FO whenever it's finished. It must have pink and or red in a significant amount in the project, okay? You can get a double chance for an FO with Cappy's Heart yarn, okay, and we're talking about Miss Scarlet, the heart one that people have bought. I forget what it's called, Heart of Flame or Heart of Fire, or whatever.
It's a fingering weight one.
Yeah, it's a fingering one that I think Sue bought some, and a couple other people bought some. That yarn. So if it's red Cappy yarn, particularly the stuff she did for the read along, that will count for 2 chances at an FO prize. And you get a double chance with Taya's patterns, and a double for Undead yarn, Lady Fernico Creations yarn with substantial red or pink in it. So those are, what we're doing there. If you have many chances to increase your opportunity to get a prize for finished object. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you decided that you said you were going to give some of your proceeds. Is that right?
That is the plan. To give. I haven't determined the percentage yet. It's been kind of a rough year.
Mm-hmm. And for me, it depends on if I sell anything in significant amounts. If I do, I might also be doing that, but it depends on how much I sell.
Yeah.
If it's for the read along.
Although I know I've sold a fair amount of tortoises and hares. Mm-hmm. But I've had to. I think this year I bought the equipment.
Right.
So I'll have to see how much I'm able to. I'll have to crunch the numbers and see if I can handle giving a donation this year.
Well, you do what you can. It's not a necessity. You can do what you can. Okay, so do you have any? We do have prizes. We have from Seductive Berry, who is Maria, a skein of my sock weight yarn. It's in the Lady Diva colorway. Thank you for supporting my shop and the podcast, Maria. We have the last Della Q needle case from Lisa, who is Red Salt Box. That will be going out with this set of prizes for the cardiac. We have some Cascade Yarn Blue, 250-gram skeins from Mama C, who is Christina. And from Sue, who is Family Diva, we have a $10 or less downloadable Ravelry pattern. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and you might have some things to say, or?
So I actually have nothing at all prepared, so I'm going off the top of my head. I think last time we covered the history of CPR and some very basics about cardiac arrest, heart attack. But basically, if you feel like you have anything unusual, any chest pain, any shortness of breath that can't be explained easily away. If you have a family history of cardiac issues, get yourself checked out. Mm-hmm. Don't drive yourself to the hospital.
Right. We've had people say they've done things like that.
Even though the instinct will be that you want to. One of the reasons that's actually important to call an ambulance, because you might go, well, what if I have my family member drive me to the hospital? Well, the problem with that is even though you save yourself the ambulance ride, if you're having an actual cardiac incident, there is no medicines in your personal car that are going to help you. If you're having an electrical issue, you don't have an AED to restart your heart. If you're having a heart attack...
You need to explain what that is.
Oh, I'm sorry. An AED... You know on TV when they always show the paddles and they say...
Clear.
Clear. First of all,
They go,
no one uses paddles anymore.
Yeah.
That's so antiquated.
Antiquated?
Antiquated.
Okay, you sound like you said antiquated.
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 That's what I said.
Enunciate your words. I want to flick you.
Antiquated.
Flick,
Ow.
flick, flick, flick,
Ow,
flick.
ow, ow.
She made me stop squeaking the floorboards. So I flick you.
Anyway, no one uses the paddles anymore. There are stickers that go one up here, one down here.
Kind of like when you do, what is it, the EKG that you do that? Or the...
No, EKG you have... Now, EKG is where you look at the electrical activity of the heart. You have, for 12 lead, where you have 12 stickers all over you, you have 2 on your arms, you have 2 on your legs, you have 2 here, 1, 2 here, 1, 2 there.
So what was it that I had in the hospital? I didn't have any on my legs. I just had it...
Well, when you just had the heart monitor, you had, for the 12 lead EKG where they just do a printout, then you have it on the legs and stuff. What you had in the hospital was a 5 lead.
Okay.
And that's just gives you a little bit... The 12 lead gives you a full view of the heart.
Gotcha.
A
Circulatory system.
Yeah, full electrical view of the heart. No, it's just the heart.
Oh, yeah?
Full electrical view of the heart. It's just looking at it from down here.
Oh, gotcha.
Just imagine different cameras.
Right.
But what you were getting, it was just enough to give a basic view, so if something looked off, you could then get a 12 lead.
Gotcha.
Because you had it here, here, and here.
Right.
But anyway, a AED is just where it'll shock you. And a lot of places, public places, most stores will have one.
Well, Seton had a couple now.
I need to find out where we have it in our church. We should have one. Every building where there's a lot of people gathering, every public building is supposed to have one. And the public ones will walk someone through what they need to do. The ones that the professionals
Has
use.
directions, you mean?
No, I mean like you turn it on, it'll say, put the pads on the person.
Oh, really?
Some of them will even say, stay calm.
Oh, wow.
They'll walk you through CPR.
Well, that's good.
Yes. A lot of them will walk the average person through what they need to do until help arrives.
Oh, that's good.
So if you work in a public building, actually your workplace, every workplace should have.
We had a couple of them at Seton.
Yeah, good. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yes, they are not just a try to figure this out and only health professionals can use this. They are there so the average Joe can keep someone alive until medical professionals arrive. They will walk you through when to shock, to stand clear, to start CPR, how to do CPR, when to breathe.
Right.
They'll do everything. So you don't have to actually remember anything.
Because that's hard when you're in that situation. Not everybody can be clear-headed.
Right.
Even someone who's been trained sometimes can't be
Right.
clear-headed. So, okay, do you have anything more to say?
So yeah, the basic message is, if you think you're having a cardiac issue, don't either yourself or your loved one drive you to the hospital. Preferably, if the ambulance can get you there quicker, preferably get them to bring you, because they have the equipment needed they have the nitroglycerin, they have, if it's not a heart attack but rather an electrical issue, they have the AED, they have the equipment needed to save your life from point A to point B. Whereas if you have a cardiac event in your personal car, your family member or you do not have the capacity to save your own life.
Right.
So, just keep that in mind. Not to mention, if you're the one driving, if you have a cardiac issue while you're driving, not only are you putting your health at risk, you're putting other people's health at risk.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
PSA is
On that tearful note.
yes.
Okay. What do you have?
Tea.
What do you have? How many?
How many teas? I'm awake. I bet you wish I weren't. Let me bring up
think I'll go
my
to
show
sleep.
notes.
You can carry the podcast while I sleep.
But you do it so beautifully.
Sleep? How do you know? You've never seen me.
Carry the podcast so beautifully. I've seen you sleep.
Flick. Oboe head.
Now I'm thinking Boss Baby.
We saw Boss Baby yesterday. I really was resistant to...
It wasn't yesterday, it was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Uh-huh.
It was really resistant to seeing it. My husband and Davina loved it, and so I didn't go to the movie theater, but I watched it at home, and it was funny. It was really funny.
It was.
If you haven't seen Boss Baby and you like babies, you should really see that.
It was actually pretty
It
cute.
was pretty cute. It was funny. Kind of had a sweet ending.
Yes, it did. The ending you hoped, kind of. I have 8.
I think I have 7. If I can,
More than I thought I would
7.
have, honestly.
76 trombones.
What's that a reference to?
Oh, I don't know the song. Probably from a movie. Yeah, I bet 7.
Okay. So, I begin.
Begin.
It's been a while since I've had more projects than you.
2 weeks.
2 weeks since I've had more than you?
I think so.
But you're not, just keeping track or anything like that.
No. It's just that's recent.
So, in my stop.
Your stop?
Yes. In the name of...
Okay.
Oh, but remember, Dad claims that anyone who hears stop immediately thinks...
Right.
What is it, stop?
Yeah. It's MC Hammer or something. Hammer Time.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know what the stop comes right after the stop.
don't either. And I know that song because I
Yeah.
grew up with it, or not grew up with it, I was early married, but...
Because we think of the Supremes.
Yes, that's really weird.
Because his statement is like, okay, when you hear stop, what song do you think of? And we're like, in the name of love. And he's like, no.
Yes.
And we're like, yes.
That's what we think.
He's like, I don't even remember what comes right after stop. And,
Stop something, it's Hammer Time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stop something, listen.
Yeah.
Hammer Time, something, I forget.
I can't remember.
Somebody out there, you know what it is. Hammer Time. MC Hammer.
Yeah. Anyway, in my Kiki Boo Bags Autism Awareness bag, I haven't woven in 8 ends, but I completed the first sock. What?
Boot to the head. Boot to the head. Boot to the head.
So, it took me half a year. In July, I finished my first Christmas sock. I'm sure it'll take me till December to finish the second one.
It looks good though.
And there we go. Here's the second one.
It's got different color strings. There we go.
So,
Heidi said you have to make me knee socks if you want to get blue.
yes, I saw that. I don't know that I love you that much.
I don't know that I want knee socks. But
I guess if I want...
I have a pretty big foot. Maybe it'll...
Yeah, that's why I was thinking you have a very big foot, so...
Long-wise.
Yeah. And I guess if it really does take half of it, I can always go back the other... do a second pair of socks.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But, there we go. Bleeps!
That's not an oops, that's an eep. An eep is not a bunny. Okay.
Maybe he needs to be. Maybe I need to make an Eep the Bunny.
In my... No, that's the wrong one.
That would have been funny, though.
In my Kiki Boo Holiday Owls bag is my Lemon Lime Fizz Baby Hat project. This is a loom knitted hat, and I'm using...
Is that the lime and the coconut?
Yes, this is the lemon and the lime.
So you don't stir that all up.
No. This is, I worked a little bit on this. And this is neon colors. This is Hobby Lobby. I love these brights, I think it is. Or I love this neon, or whatever it's called.
It's really, I love this yarn. It happens to be a neon. Well, maybe it is I love this neon.
It is.
The only one I really liked that collection was the blue one.
Yeah, the blue one was really nice. I don't have any more of that. I think they ran out of it.
Well, because it was such a nice color.
It's kind of a Nightwing blue.
It is a Nightwing blue.
This is not the right, I don't know. I love this yarn, Sport Weight Neons. So, this is really, really bright. It's actually not showing up correctly, completely. It's a little brighter on the screen than here, but it's almost fluorescent. And this is fun because it's just pretty mindless. I can go round and round and round, and doesn't really bother me, so I may have to see about figuring out how to make a shawl on this or something, and see if that'll work. But I'm enjoying this, and yes, Laura, I will learn how to make socks on the loom you gave me as soon as I have a little bit of time. So that's that. I'm enjoying that project very much.
Okay, let me get my stitch marker out so I can go into my next one.
Oops.
It's a bunny.
Bunny. That was not a good sound.
In my Cappy 913
Kathy.
pink cowgirl bag.
So cute.
You need to tell Kathy.
She won't come and watch us anymore.
How do you know? I actually like the little bit of dots on the top because it's like cows.
I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I can't remember.
It is Cappy 913.
You need to come back, Kathy, and bring your mom on too.
This is the Happy Snails Trails hat, which is a bankhead pattern by Susie Gorley. I'm using Marigold Jen, worsted weight merino superwash in the colorway Happy Snails Trails. And this only really gets worked on when I'm on the exercise machine.
It's good with progress, though.
I am just barely starting the first decrease round.
I really like that pattern. I think it's probably my favorite adult hat pattern.
It's mine too.
Even though I really like the angel one as well. That
Yes.
Kate does.
But I can see why Dan is addicted to it.
Yeah, you know, you have to try Laura's windswept.
But
That's really good too.
bankhead.
I like to have 3 or 4
Yeah.
that are really good for me to be able to do, because then I
don't make as many hats as Mom does. I really just do it on the exercise machine.
Well, I do it mostly because it's a little easier on my hands. I have a feeling that the size of my projects are going to be going down a little bit. Mostly going to be hats and toys and things like that. Occasional baby blanket shawl.
This will probably go to like Brittany or something for the comforting crafts.
Right.
Because my source for the local shelter, she's moving away. So
We might find another one. Yeah, we'll see. But we have Brittany too. So okay. All right. Now in my Kiki Boo puzzle pieces project bag is my Because He Asked Me project. This is from the Tie Me Up pattern by Burnett Design Studios, and this is the tie I'm working on. It's not going to be finished for the 4th. I'm about 3 or 4 inches, I guess, from getting the length I need, but it's taking forever.
well, that's what 3 or 4 inches do.
And I can only work on it a little time. Usually I can get 4 to 6 rows done on this because it's so short. So,
But 3 or 4 inches, that takes quite a long time.
right. And this is in the Shire colorway for Madeline Tosh DK.
My favorite thing about 3 or 4 inches is it takes forever to reach there, and then when you do reach there, you're like a little bit past, and it
Yeah.
takes forever to tink back to the 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying this, and I know that it said that I would need another skein, but I still have this much left. Of course, like I said, I still have quite a few. Let me see what I have to do here. I think this is a free pattern.
But you might just have an extra skein of that color. I think you might have enough, Mom.
I don't know. We'll see. Because it said it needed just shy of
Or is it 3 or 4 inches until you're finished, or 3 or 4 inches until you...
No, 3 or 4 inches. 3 or 4 inches until I can do
the thinning.
The thinning, I guess.
Okay, well then no, never mind. You might not have enough.
Yeah. So it's
and you're definitely not. Yeah, and that way you're definitely not gonna finish both.
It's coming along.
That's a lot of. You still have quite a bit of knitting to do.
It's coming along, but it's not gonna be done for the 4th. I was hoping it would be.
But that would have been pushing it not just for your hand, but anyone's hand, because that's not 3 or 4 inches till you're done. That's 3 or 4 inches until you start thinning out. You probably have to do double the length of what you already have.
I don't think it's quite that much, but we'll see. We'll see.
Because you think about it, tie has to tie around.
So and on me, it kind of goes a little past my waist. So
yeah. So, in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag.
I keep using tree turtles.
It's a project I barely worked on.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
This is Nemu. It's on the forest floor pattern by Simone Crete, whatever. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the colorways Faded, Chirp, and Marine. And this is yarn that I bought at this past Maryland Sheep and Wool. And it's not that I don't love this pattern. I love this pattern. It's just that I've been working a lot on toys lately. So I pulled this. I started working on this again at the bookstore.
This is going to look really nice without the twigs.
Yes. Well, we've already got one section where this is where the twigs would have been.
Right. That's what I'm on right now, the twig set. Not this one, but this one up here.
Yeah.
But I have to tink back.
So.
It's very pretty.
It's building along. Definitely not my normal colors.
That's beautiful.
But I really fell in love with this gray, and the other colors worked very well with the gray. Davina and Dad prefer this bright blue, the Chirp.
Yeah.
But I really love this slate.
Well, that gray is almost a periwinkle.
Yeah. I mean, this is the one that I had to come home with, and the other ones I chose based on that. Mm-hmm. So, I am looking forward to having this shawl, and I can see myself knitting more of them. Simply because it's a very comfortable shawl to wear, too. Right. The shape is very nice.
Okay, let's see here. My next one is in my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse on a Yellow Field. And this is my Oceana Cowl project. This is the Nifty Knitter Cowl with Pom-Pom / Imogen cowl pattern, excuse me, by Lion Brand. And this is the largest size I have of the plastic loom. I don't like pom-poms, so I'm not going to be using pom-poms, at least not to wear. So I made a little bit of progress on this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like you can see through it. It's a nice cowl for fall and spring especially. It's not as open as it looks here. And when you put it on, it doesn't matter. It kind of folds on itself. So, and I don't think I'm going to do the folding down. I think I'm just going to cast it off like you do for the, well, I have to figure out, there's a way of casting it off without, I have to go back and look, without pulling it tight. And that way I can have just, I don't want the folded over. I didn't like the way that looked. So I'm going to do it without the fold over. Even if it ends up curling, and that's fine. I'll just make it a little longer, so if it curls, it won't be a big deal. And the yarn is James C. Brett. I think it's in the Oceana colorway. Okay.
I made one too many rows for my bunny ear. There we go. All right, so
just trying to match Jersey Boy. One ear longer than the other.
Joycey Boy.
Joycey Boy.
Joycey Boy is now at the pregnancy center.
Yeah.
Oh, poop doodles. Are you pooping doodles again?
There.
In my Silver Shed USA Cats and News bag is a design in progress. I finally think I have the head the way I want it. Because after, 3 times of tearing this out. So, hoping now I can move forward.
Okay, let's see here. All right, my next one is the Valerius Shawl, which is from the Perfect Retreat Shawl pattern by Susan B. Anderson, and this was given to me by Valeria. Thank you, Valeria. Let me make sure I've got the right bag for this here. It's yeah, it's in this bag. And I'm using this was given to me by Valeria for the 5-year podiversary, and I'm using US 9s, Shawl Goose, and this is Miss Babs Yowza in the Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016 and Black Watch colorways. I haven't gotten to the Black Watch yet. The Needle Cozy is by Thank God for Bags, and you can find her Etsy shop. There's a little banner at the bottom of our group. That's Sheila. Okay, so here I did some work on this. I think I'm upside down here. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm upside down. But anyway,
You are upside down.
I like the way this is working up. It's very, very pretty. So it's, you know, it's a straight garter stitch with whatever your increases are. I'm not going to say because it's a paid for pattern since it was gifted to me. And I really am enjoying this. It's getting to the point now where I can only do a couple rows at one time, but I'm getting some work done on it, and I'm happy when I do that. So that's that.
Didn't talk long enough to be able to
Miss Babs is kind of my go-to for projects. When I know I need a lot of yarn, I don't like to do fingering, so I'll do Miss Babs.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I design with Miss Babs a lot of times, because I always know I'll have enough yarn for the most part.
It goes on and on and on, which is a good thing.
So it means that then later on, you know, I just know that I'm not going to run out while I'm in the middle of designing.
Unless you're doing a Timmy maybe, or a
Even
unicorn. The unicorn.
I don't know. I might have enough in the unicorn.
Well, I don't know, because I used Marigold Jen for the unicorn, and I used I had 3 or 4 of them that I used.
Well, you also use way more yarn than I do.
Mm-hmm. My gauge is bigger than yours.
Yeah. So, next, this is usually in the knockoff
Vera Bradley.
Vera Bradley bag. I just put this in my old Knitting's My Bag Britain bag, and I just slide it in the Vera Bradley in and out, so it doesn't get caught up on the prayer books in there as much. So this is the Robin's Egg blanket. It's a Building Blocks pattern by Annie Dempsey, and I'm using Lion Brand Pound of Love in the colorway turquoise.
It's really pretty.
And this is for charity. It'll probably go to the pregnancy center.
Mm-hmm.
So this gets a fair amount of work.
Yeah. I like the design on that. It's pretty. Very simple design.
You're seeing the squares starting to develop.
Over there. Right here.
Yeah.
Are they squares? Are they? It's like a checkerboard. It's going to be.
Yeah.
Happening? Okay. Because right now it's just like columns.
Yeah, it's just because I haven't gotten to the top
Right.
yet. And I mean, it's going to take me a while because I usually only work on this when I'm saying my rosary in the Adoration Chapel.
Right.
So, I mean, about half an hour of knitting on it.
Might get you a row.
You know. No, actually, usually I can get, during the scriptural rosary, usually I can get 2 or 3 rows.
That's more than a half hour then.
Well, scriptural rosary does take a little bit longer.
It takes about 45 minutes.
Because you have a passage of scripture with each Hail
Right.
Mary. So yeah, it takes most of my adoration
Right.
time. But it gets a little more prayers into the baby blanket.
Right. Okay, let's see. All right, my next one is the Mother's Day shawl. It's from the Dead Easy pattern by Heidi, Knitty Girl, and this is her free pattern. I understand she's got a fingering weight that's in testing. I don't think it's out yet. Heidi can correct me if it is out. But this is I believe it's the free version, and I'm using Undead yarn for this. Let's see, I've got Undead yarn Werewolf in Roadkill and Jaws colorway, and Undead yarn Witch in another Roadkill. And I am to the second color here. And I am doing an expanded version that she sent me some adjusted numbers, which I was really appreciative of because I wanted it bigger. So Heidi was very sweet and she told me what to do with it. And you can you see the color change?
Yeah, initially I couldn't, but now that she's got some growth on it, I can.
Isn't that pretty? I really like that. I think this is going to be really pretty. So I have, that's this color here. And then I have
make a pretty bunny.
this one to do next. Yes, it would. It would make a pretty bunny and make a pretty turtle.
Prettier bunny.
And an owl. Be the prettiest owl ever. Okay. So, this is coming along very nicely. I'm doing it on my chow goose. And I'll be interested in seeing how big this actually gets and how much this yarn stretches when I block it. Because I will be blocking this, I'm pretty sure. I think it's probably going to be a shawlette.
Yeah.
Because when the original pattern, I think, was like a scarf. You know, like a little bandana kind of scarf.
Right.
So I think this one will probably be a shawlette. So I'm looking forward to seeing. And the bag is my Silver Shed USA Star Wars at bag.
AT-AT.
At. And I believe this is I think this is the extra large.
Yeah, it's not the XX.
No.
Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and do my increase here. Next, do my stitch marker.
Sorry, the same thing I do with my stitch marker. Stick it in my watch.
Well, I started doing that because sometimes I lose my stitch marker, and these watch bands aren't nearly as delicate as my old watches. I'm sorry.
I usually stick it in this part of it.
That's what I've been doing. Okay, so in my... Whoopsie.
There's a bunny, but I don't have anything. The water. Tummy ache on top of tea.
In my Kiwi Bags teacups bag is Harry. This is my project for the Harry Potter knits.
Harry Potter along?
Harry Potter along, yeah. At least we didn't say Harry Potty this time.
I have to say it so Heidi can laugh.
Yes.
Because her reaction was priceless.
Yes, it was. Well, it made me think of a kid, you know. You said bye! I love you, Heidi.
Hugs, Heidi. Hugs to Heidi.
Remember when Davina... Oh, she would hate it if I...
Yeah. Oh, couch.
Well, it was a doctor's office that had this in England. That had...
No, it was not in England. It was in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
She was doing a referral. Well, I guess either we're coming into Colorado or we were getting ready to leave, and she was having an evaluation. And they had the picture of a cow that was a couch, I think it was.
Or the cows were sitting on the couch or something.
And she just thought it was the funniest thing to say, couch.
And yeah, it just makes me
Giggle,
yeah. So anyway,
but she'd be mortified if she said something. Mom.
Anyway, this is the Harry project, Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. Nomadic Yarns Twisty Sport in the colorway Harry. And I have made some definite progress.
But indefinite progress?
Yes.
Definite?
Versus indefinite progress. I have started the heel flap.
Very nice. I really like those colors. It's nice.
I do too. I'm looking forward to having these socks. So.
You hear Catherine Hepburn. Let's all be manly men.
I really hate that movie.
Yes. Is that the one where he sings about Amanda?
Yes, it's Adam's Rib.
Yeah, I don't like Adam's Rib.
She's so obnoxious in that.
They're all obnoxious in that.
But she's really unprofessional.
Well, she's just not nice.
She's not a particularly good lawyer, I think, if she has to make it a circus. Anyway.
She was trying to prove a point.
I'm not going to go into what I think of her.
Well, no, either am I, but
yeah.
We don't like that movie.
Yeah,
in case you couldn't tell, we didn't like that movie.
And Davina, of course, loves it just because.
Yeah, just because.
Anyway, First sock has the heel flap.
Flap, 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 flap. Okay. My next one is in my Knitting's My Bag, Sea Turtles bag. Tortoise in the hair. And in here is my Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle. This is Rainbow. And I did make a little progress on that. Progress. I'm making I'm on the decreases for the bottom of the shell. You can see the red there. So it looks like a hat.
It does kind of.
And this, of course, is Fun in the Woman Cave. And this is Brava Sport. So yeah, I'm not sure how far I have to go yet before I have to close it up, but not too far. If I can just sit down and do it.
You're probably going to have to stuff pretty soon.
Yes, I'm about 2 rows from starting.
I was going to say, it looked like it's...
So it's that. Okay, you have another one?
Yes, let me mark my row. Actually, it's the one I'm working on right now. So,
we're using the same pen. See, they're twins.
Yes, they are.
They are twins. I'm not taking very good notes. I don't remember who we talked about.
Wow.
Oh, we didn't talk about too many people this time.
We didn't talk about too many?
Talked too many people.
So, in my little skein in the big wool bag, the Velveteen Rabbit. One of only 2 bunny bags I have, and I really am shocked I have only 2. Is Oops the Bunny. That's a pattern. The project name is Rumpelstiltskin. And I am using Undead yarn in the color on the batty base.
Because we couldn't let Heidi get too complacent with us doing other things in her yarn besides toys.
Exactly. And this is the colorway Wild Rumpus. And I believe she has some in her shop right now.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
I have to check.
So, let me mark that. There we go. Fuzz is clinging to it. I am currently on the 2nd ear. Okay, got all my pieces. So, head is finished. Ear 1. My tail is all tangled up. I'll have to untangle that at another time. Oh, I already untangled it. Sweet. So,
very cute.
Upper body, lower body, head, and 1 ear. So, a very smushed bunny right now.
Mushroom stew?
It's not a mushroom. It's
mushroom stew.
Bunny. Bunny.
A snoozing mushroom stew.
Bunny.
Bunny. You have enough yarn?
Yeah. I've made bunnies out of Heidi's yarn before.
Okay.
I always just barely have enough because I'm finishing the 2nd ear now. I have those 2 little legs which barely take up any yarn.
Right.
And then I have the 2 back legs.
Did you say you finished both ears?
This is the 2nd ear.
Okay. Because that's what takes a lot of yarn is the ear.
Actually, the ear doesn't take as much as you think.
Yeah. I have to do, on your patterns, I have to do like the wings for the owl and the ears for the bunny 2 at a time. Otherwise I get like second something syndrome. I just don't want to do the other one because it just seems like it's long. It's not. It just seems like it is. Okay. This was a new project. My husband and I went to Goodwill to drop off a whole bunch of stuff. And sitting there was this beautiful wooden, kind of like a nightstand end table. It was a nightstand. That's what they called it. And, you know, if you think back to like the 1930s with the kind of curved front with the kind of dark wood and the little pulls that are, they're not straight across like little flowers or whatever. Anyways, like that. And it was $20. So we picked it up and we made a little altar out of it. And he wants me to make a runner for it. So people who know me know I've done the Cerebell pattern many, many times. I went and checked and I did 15. This is my 16th rendition of Cerebell
I don't
pattern.
remember what that was.
It's that pattern I made a bunch of scarves and things out
Oh,
of.
okay.
Remember this pattern?
Oh, now I do.
So I'm using a bigger hook, much bigger hook. I started out with an M, I think it was, for the...
Oh, wow. That's
and then I'm using an L for the...
Wow.
Because I didn't want it to be really thick.
Right.
So this is... Oh, that's showing up nice. The pattern's showing up nice.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a table runner. And this is partially why my hand was hurting so much, because I did all this on one day.
And lace does do more movements.
And because there's 4 stitches in each...
That's...
Yeah.
that would explain why you're hurting. Because you weren't just doing single crochet.
No. So this I'm going to have to
That
slow
would
down
hurt
on.
my hand.
Yeah, I'm going to have to slow down on this. But it is a big hook, and it is... The yarn, I think...
Because double crochet is so much movement.
I think this is a sport weight, but I'm not sure. It might be a worsted. It calls for a worsted, but it calls for a worsted with an H hook, so I wanted to make it a lot lighter for a doily effect. So I don't know if you can see that really well, the pattern.
Yeah, no wonder you're hurting.
So I did this. This is about, what, 5 inches? Yeah, about 5-6 inches that I did in one day. And I think I said I need 24 inches to go across the table. So it's about a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, that might take a while, because that's going to cause pain if you work on it too much.
So that's not gonna. You're not gonna see as much progress.
I didn't realize that you were working on that. That explains a lot.
So that's that.
Uh-huh.
And this is a Silvershed USA Puzzle Pieces bag. It's one of her mediums, I believe, and I won this from Laura Concert. Okay, so
My turn. Ah, yes. Let me just do my increase. I'm going to take my stitch marker and mark that off. There we go. Voila. Okay. In my Ploverbird Pigs bag, I think I got
love this bag. It's so cute.
I think you wanted to buy it, but I got it before you did.
I forget. Yeah, we talked about that. It's adorable.
It is.
I'm not a big pig person, but that's just adorable.
This is Snowball, the Baby Bunny pattern by Lorraine Pistorio. And I'm using Cascade yarn, Cascade 220 in the colorway white. And I switched over from Magic Loop to DPNs because my Magic Loop was getting a little bit short for it.
What do you mean short for it?
I didn't have a long enough cable.
Oh.
And when I
40?
No, I didn't have it available. And I knew I might switch over DPNs at some point.
Are those size 5s?
Size 4, US 4s.
4s, okay.
So, I'm not a huge fan of magic looping anyway. I just did it for the 2 legs. So,
Very nice.
I've got a little body developing.
My Fitbit is telling me I have to get up and move.
And what amuses me greatly, because now I'm not doing magic loop, I can use my stitch marker.
Right.
I have...
Why couldn't you use it with your magic loop?
It's just more of a pain in the neck.
Oh. Very nice.
It's a bunny stitch marker.
Where'd you get that? Did I give it to you? Or did you...
No, is that Victorian Studio?
Let me see it. It might be.
Remember, someone gave us a bunch of...
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it was Victorian Studio.
I'm trying to think who it was. They gave us...
Because she gave me a bunch of bunny ones, and she gave you... I feel like it was a bunch of...
Was it Laura?
Whoever was made these. That's why I feel like it might have been Victorian Studio.
It might have been. I can't remember. It might have been Victorian Studio. I apologize. We can't remember.
Maureen, I'm pretty sure it's you.
It's adorable.
So I thought that was very appropriate to have a bunny stitch marker on this bunny project. Let's see, there we go. And Laura gave me the DPN holder.
Laura Concert?
Yes.
Or, okay. I couldn't remember Laura Concert or Laura.
It was Laura Concert.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you have any FOs?
I do not.
Okay. How about royalties?
I do.
Okay. How many?
2.
Okay. I have kind of a lot, but if you want to go first, and just go, and I'll just go after you.
So, can I show this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is for my kit. This is Tortoise vs. Hare 2017, and I have the Good Morning Sunshine for the bunny.
And if you look at it, you can see it's not picking up the orange very well, but there is kind of a golden.
Well, I think because the orange looks like glistening right now. There we go.
And that,
there you can see the orange.
Yeah, it's called golden orange, but golden yellow, but it's kind of like a tangerine.
And then, I picked up, this was not available, an audiobook, which is what I've been doing lately for Hercule Poirot. So I picked up Poirot's Early Cases. I feel like I must have owned or read some of these stories at one point, because a couple of the stories are somewhat familiar. But I'm not shocked if that is the case, because I've read most of the Poirot stories. So this is Agatha Christie, Poirot's Early Cases. And this has, I've read this a couple times headed to bed.
Excuse me.
Actually, it helped put me to sleep the other night. Not because it's boring, but because
Poirot and his mustaches got very offended.
Yes, well, he's now.
Oh, peacocky.
Yes.
Is that
There
it?
it's at. Yep.
Okay, I picked up. I've got a couple of things. One of the things that isn't here because I forgot to take it out of my bag from Adoration. I picked up a Bible. It was used, but it's in very good condition. It's a Fireside Bible. It's a study Bible, so I was really happy to get that for a very inexpensive amount of money. So that was good. I also have when we went. Well, first of all, my husband wanted to get a salad spinner for his lettuce and stuff like that. When he makes salads, he had to get out of frame. And this one was too big for what he wanted to do. So I'm using this to spin out the moisture from my yarn after I dye it. It does really well. And then we were at the Goodwill and we got that end piece I was talking about. I picked up these for my dyeing. Because I don't use my food prep equipment for dyeing. So this is, I can't use this one necessarily with the citric acid, I don't think, because I think this is aluminum. But I can at least, I can soak it, I just can't heat it, I think.
Right.
So, I got that. I think I paid like $3 total. And then, I'll put this right here, I'm sorry. Then I got some more dye. And this dye took forever to get here, not because the company was good. It's just that it took longer, I think, for them to get the dye than they realized. So I got more dye. I'm going to put it in my area with the dye. I'm going to have to pick up some more yarn pretty soon as well, but right now, that's okay. That's all I need. I would like to know, I think I asked this question before, what yarn weights everybody uses the most. I know we have a lot of toy makers, so I'm going to continue to stock worsted every once in a while. I will definitely be stocking sock and fingering, sock/fingering, and probably DK.
DK Sport seems to be very popular because it's good for socks and it's good for toys.
Right. So if you're, I probably won't do lace weight because I don't think a lot of our viewers do lace weight, and I'm not sure how I feel about lace weight anyway. And if there are bases and things that you like, let me know and I will consider it. If it's a luxury base, I may not put a whole lot up there at once because I want to see if people will buy it first. Okay, so, okay, that's that. Let me see. Do you have anything to talk about for autobiography or, author obsessions?
I finally have, Valeria and Tara up in the, on the websites.
That's Etsy shop and stuff.
Well, I don't have a section for Etsy shop.
Oh, well, I do.
Well, yay.
I just skipped an entire section.
I don't have a section for Etsy.
Well, then tell me that, and you will make it a section, because that's not author obsessions.
It is for me.
It is not, in fact. You oboe head. How long have we been doing this?
A long time.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing it longer than you have.
And what does that say?
It says that I make the rules.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Because if I decided not to show up, you would fall asleep and nobody would watch. And you would just go,
I'm the founding member.
are you the president?
Oh, gosh.
Go ahead, talk about your Etsy shop. Hurry up.
No, you need to explain that.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
Davina thinks that everything, this is like a club.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps insisting on, I think she likes the club idea, maybe from the pre-teen kind of books she reads. And in those books, a lot of times, I guess everyone has like president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, that kind of thing. So she is convinced that's the way this works.
Mm-hmm.
So she keeps on insisting and saying that I'm the president and Mom's the vice president because I was one who started it.
Yeah. She doesn't get the equal stuff.
Yes.
But it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's what and she just kind of rolls her eyes.
And she just she doesn't care what we actually say.
Mm-mm. It goes.
She prefers her translation.
Yes.
But Obsession, I love this tea. This is my new favorite.
Is that the one we just had?
No, that one's good too.
Okay.
But Plum Deluxe tea, Cuddle Time herbal tea.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
It seemed to help with relaxing to go to sleep. Now that doesn't mean I'll stay asleep.
Did you stay asleep the last day or two?
Well, I've only had it 2 times. This helped me to get 4 more hours of sleep after I woke up yesterday because I slept about 3.5 hours and then couldn't fall back to sleep. Got up, ate a little something, had some Cuddle Time tea, went back to bed, and was able to sleep for like 4.5 more hours, which was such a relief since I hadn't slept for more than 2 to 4 hours at a time for over 2 weeks, for about 2 weeks. And honestly, I probably could have slept longer if you hadn't come in and said goodnight.
Well, you don't want to sleep through the night.
No, I was actually able to stay up all night. But I had this again today. Now, I did wake up on my own before the alarm went off today. And that was about 5 hours of sleep.
Well, baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah. So this is going to be a part of my nighttime ritual because I really don't want to get on. I know plenty of nurses who, especially night shift nurses, who take something to help them sleep, and I just don't want to start down that route. I'd rather have a little bit of insomnia than start down that route.
Right.
Because then you get used to it,
and you get up and you do this.
I just don't want to get dependent on anything. If I can manage it with tea, that's a little bit different. So this is my new thing, and I've liked chamomile for a while, so it's just an excuse to drink chamomile while I'm saying my night prayers. And the other obsession, Plum Deluxe. If you buy stuff from them, you can, even if you don't sign up as a member, like getting their kit or whatever, you can put a login to get into their site now, and then create a favorites list.
Oh, I might have to do that.
Where you're like, okay, I like this tea, and then you can order from your favorites list.
I might have to
and
do
you
that.
can make it either public or private.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you can share it with someone on Facebook. Say like, hey, it's almost my birthday. Look at my Plum Deluxe list. See?
I would never do that.
So, I don't know how else you would make it so someone else could see it.
I don't know, but I would never do that.
But I do like the fact that you can keep track of your favorites that way. Because sometimes I forget what my favorites are. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, my real big favorites, like the purple tea and some of those tea. But like the lime one, I'll be like, well, I know it has lime in it, but I can't remember the name of it.
Excuse me.
So.
That was unexpected. Okay.
That was her way of saying I'm boring.
Yes.
Thank you for passing that.
You're welcome. I'm generous. All right. Ty said she didn't have any autobiography, but I do.
That was autobiography.
Yeah. I did a little bit of writing. I did also the prompting for the CH Percolator, which is my writing group. And I finished that on Saturday, my week on Saturday. And I like doing that. And people seem to like my prompts, so that's cool. Mm-hmm. Did you forget something?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
I also was listening to Poirot Investigates by Audible on Audible.
All right. I listened to that, but I've been listening to...
Well, you haven't listened to that particular
No.
one.
I'm listening to Poirot, though.
Mm-hmm.
I have been listening to the videos that Taya and Father Matt had done on the Annunciationists, so I have that. So that's cool. I've been doing that. And I've been reading again Mary Queen of Apostles and A Draw for Kings, so that's cool.
I also...
Your Etsy shop?
No, I'm good. I'm done.
You don't have an Etsy shop?
I told you my Etsy shop.
We might want to reiterate because I stopped you in the middle.
No, I said everything I wanted to say.
Okay.
Because it wasn't actually Etsy shop, it was my website. I need to actually write a blog post.
Yeah, you really do.
But I
Okay.
have so many blogs now.
Yeah. Okay. I did some dyeing, so I'm going to be hopefully putting stuff up in the shop soon. Now, you guys saw this before it was...
Pretty.
Yeah, before it was reskeined. This is my Flights of Fancy colorway. This is DK. I have 2 skeins. It's 246 yards each. It's called Flights of Fancy. Okay, and hopefully it will be up in the shop pretty soon. It is 100% superwash merino wool, and as I said, it is 100 grams, 246 yards. So that's 2 of those. And then I have, this is a new colorway, and this is called End of Summer, and this is also a DK, and I have 3 skeins of this, at least for the moment. And this is what it looks like.
You weren't going to call it Summer's End? That's what I thought you were going to call it.
Yeah, I got mixed up, so right now it says End of Summer. End of Summer, Summer's End, same
Well,
difference.
Summer's End has a better flow to it.
You weren't there when I was writing up the tags. I couldn't remember which one it was.
That's why you should listen to me.
Okay, so this, why would I do that? And these have been reskeined. I got them reskeined before I went to Adoration. So this is what it looks like, reskeined. It's kind of golds and yellows and greens.
Mhm.
Kind of like when the leaves start turning, but they're not quite ready to turn. That's why it's called End of Summer. And it might be called Summer's End the next batch if I do more of this.
Because it sounds better.
But right now...
Why is your loom hook thing out?
Oh, I dropped it. So, or it was in my lap or something, so I'd put it on the table. So I didn't lose it. So hopefully these will be up. This would make a really nice turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Or a chameleon.
Right.
Or a Cyrano,
Yes.
I think. Might even make a nice owl.
Green is kind of a weirder color for an owl.
Yeah, it is. But it's woodland, though.
Mm-hmm.
It might make it okay. It's a little dark, maybe for the... I don't know. Somebody might be able to make an owl out of it. There's green sometimes doesn't work for certain... But who knows? Maybe somebody would find something. But anyway, I was saying this would work for... Definitely for turtles and for chameleons and for Cyranos. Might even work for the unicorn.
It could work for the unicorn. Because unicorns are magical.
And of course, it would work for socks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Shawlettes and things like that. So hopefully these 5 skeins will be up in the shop relatively quickly. I need to get pictures.
At.
So that's that. Can't get much more different than that, can you?
No, you can't.
Okay. All right.
I stayed awake all podcast.
I know you were annoying.
Hey. Can't please her.
No, can't. Just ask Gavina. Can't please you ever. Okay, so let's see. I think that's it for that. Are we podcasting Monday next week?
We should be. I have jury duty next week, but that's on Tuesday, I think.
Do you need to be driven up there?
Well, I need to actually call the night before
Right, to check.
to check and see if it's actually on.
That's just at the courthouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. We want to thank all of you who commented, whether it's on YouTube or not, or with Ravelry, but we do want to especially thank the people on YouTube because we don't always get to them.
Mm-hmm. I got to them this time.
I did too. Renna and Brittany and Sally and Allison and the Knitting Dane 78 and Knitty Girl 1. I don't know if anybody else has responded on YouTube since I've answered those. and seen those, but we thank you all for your input on the YouTube channel. We appreciate that. And we thank everybody who's commented on the Ravelry group as well.
I'm slowly but surely catching up on some of my private messages.
Yes.
And so, even though you might have seen me online, I didn't always respond in threads because I had such a backlog of private messages, and I still have a bit of a backlog.
And for those who have sent addresses, I don't know if I think I said something earlier, but in case I didn't, I have not responded personally to the addresses that have come out, but I do want to thank you for getting your addresses to us so quickly. We really appreciate that. Some of the prizes have already gone out.
I just received envelopes to fit the stitch markers because I didn't want to send big envelopes with them. So if they don't go out tonight, because I have to work on the podcast tonight, they will go out.
You might hear the bell. That's my husband coming in.
They will go out on my first day off.
Right.
So it's been a little bit more spread out, but right after Autism Awareness, we had vacation and
all kinds of stuff. So we do want to thank everybody for coming and joining us here at the Woman Cave, and we hope to see you here next week. We wish you a week full of happiness, joy, crafting, and whatever it is that makes you feel good. And this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 269, and that's a wrap.